Squirrels! So hello, and welcome to another Legends of Runeterra video. My name is Chris, and today we will be playing a deck that I hate, and a deck that has pretty much a 100% surrender rate. Of course, for games that you will win, you will not win every game, but I have found that people will not just let you win the game, they will get out of there long before you have actually won, because this is the all-in Fiora deck. This is a deck that really is very frustrating to play against, as I'm sure any of you who have played against it will know quite well. What is the point? Well, the point basically is you get Fiora, and either through on treat or obviously just having Fiora in your opening hand, you mulligan hard for either of those options, and then you have a bunch of spells, literally only spells. And you win by Fiora's level up condition. When she's killed 4 enemies, you win the game. Now, we also get to show off the new card Troll Gifts in this kind of build, which of course can give Fiora regeneration. And then if you draw it again, it's just as good, because then you get a 2/2 buff as well on Fiora, which when you have something with regeneration, grant actually matters. A lot of the time, the difference between grant and give with stats isn't that meaningful, but for regeneration allies, it actually does matter, because of course at the end of the round, they will get that extra health back again. So, Troll Gift's an excellent addition to the deck. This is what we are running. It's obviously just a bunch of combat tricks, essentially, with the idea of just winning with Fiora. And your opponents, I don't think anyone has let me win the game. I mean, sometimes I've killed 2 things with Fiora and they'll just surrender. And for certain decks, if they just don't have a way of dealing that damage, I mean, you should just surrender, right? Because you just can't win. There are certain decks that you will come up against that simply cannot beat this. Stuff like, and if anyone's running like Endure, you will win pretty much 100% of the time. It's one of the few cases, I think, where a deck can win 100% against some decks, but you'll also win, against certain decks. You might win, I don't know, 10% against certain matchups if they have a hell of a lot of removal. So with that said, let's jump into some games. Let's see how we do, and let's troll some people. Troll Gifts kind of works with it, right? Let's troll some people in these games. Okay, Lee Sin Zoe can be a bit problematic. Hush is a pretty big counter, but you know what is a bigger counter? Not finding Fiora, so of course we just mulligan everything for Fiora and we don't find her again. There's on treat though, so we do eventually find Fiora. Okay, so we find Zoe, which can again be a bit frustrating. Crescent Strike, of course, can stop us in our tracks. We are going to wait and see what our opponent does. No need to rush into the entreat. No need to rush. Okay, so we're finding some units that we can kill. This is good for us. This is ideal for us in this sense. See what he does. Star charts. If he goes into a small unit, then I don't know what he's doing. Or she. Cassie. I don't know what they're doing. I'd assume you have to take Crescent Strike. Now he attacks. Again, I don't really care. So Hush is a big counter. Of course, this deck does run some of its own counters. With 2 mana, though, I don't think they have a way of getting rid of Fiora, so I could just play Fiora here. Aim to pick off Zoe next turn. Of course, we will not... I mean, we don't really have any development options, so that's not really a choice. Unfortunately, we don't have any strikes here, or a pursuit. We do run full copy of single combat and strafing strike, essentially just as extra single combat. Of course, the dragon not a problem. We will just take Zoe. Health not really a factor in this game, and we're up to 1 already. Now we want to be very careful with our health here. We have to hope. Okay, Moonsilver is one of them. We kind of want to avoid here. Ooh. Well, now I can go for standalone, and I can always go for the flash freeze. And also Fiora's health is just higher than Lee Sin now, so he's going to need a way of bumping this up. But of course, this can be a bit of an issue. We have barriers, we have other ways. That's going to be... We just need a strike, essentially. That's all we need.
Go, floaty crystals.
Spell Thief? What have I played? What did I play? Entreat? So he makes it a 5/7. I mean, I think I take this risk, because if I can kill this, then I think we win. There's a surrender. I tell you, people will just surrender. It was a risky play by our opponent. Okay, Fizz TF. Now, again, a lot of small units potentially that we can pick off. Troll Chant, very nice for this kind of thing. Pursuit could also be pretty good, but when you don't have Fiora, you simply just have to mulligan it all, even if a card is pretty good, because you're only looking for Fiora. Chain Vest, pretty nice as well. Of course, they will run stuff like, you know, Mystic Shots and the like. And obviously, damage mitigation for 1 mana. It's pretty nice. We find an Entreat as well, in case we lose a Fiora. We'll see what happens here. It does mean that, given we've drawn this Entreat, I think I can feel safe in playing this, even if he goes for, you know, Thermo Beam, etc., etc. He hasn't played anything yet, which is pretty interesting. As I think their best option in this game is to actually just try and aggro us down. I give this Chain Vest now. Is there anything... I mean, I've got second Chain Vest as well, which means, you know, if this Fiora does die, it should be fine. It means that Mystic Shot and Fizz won't do anything. Suit up. Okay, we can Sharp Sight now. And we should be good. So he also uses a Suit up there. Which is pretty good for us. We have this Standalone as well, which can put Fiora out of range of a lot of different things. And just surrender straight away, yeah. Just doesn't have a way of dealing with it. Ooh, is this... Targon's Peak, maybe, even? Of course, again, the same thing happens. Just look for Fiora. Don't find her. Now, maybe this will be a sort of example to you all of maybe one of the pitfalls of this deck. When you don't find Fiora, it's not great when you don't find Fiora. But we'll see what we can do. You know, this might be a bit of a slower deck that might give us a bit more time potentially to find Fiora, but we'll see. Brittle Steel, not sure that's doing too much other than maybe stopping a Zoe attack. Oh, it's a Messenger Sigil. It's a Starbone deck. Love it, my friend. This I can get behind. Which means if we can't find Fiora, we, you know, could kill a lot of these messengers potentially. Wow, I like this. And Sketcher as well. Well, if we find Fiora, I'm feeling pretty good about my chances, to be honest. Let's see what he gets rid of. He gets rid of the Sky's Descent. Perhaps wise, as I'm not sure that would be too useful. Crescent Strike, always probably his best option. But unfortunately, we have 6 in 33 chance. There it is.
Ooh, that's
So we actually have a chance to play the game. Now, Targon isn't great because they have Hush. They have quite a few things that they can do. The big one is Comet. But we haven't seen Solari Priestess yet, so I think we can play this. I don't think there's anything that would stop us from doing so. He could have Starbone, of course. I mean, out come the doggos who let the dogs out. So we'll go for this Sketcher on this turn because we don't have too much spell mana, so we'll take our time there and just go for something, you know, somewhat easier to kill, like you. Oh, Targon's Peak as well. Well, let's hope they don't find Assault. I could Pursuit then. Do I Pursuit now and get it up to 2? I still have access to this Brittle Steel as well, which will probably mean picking this off. So I think let's do it. Let's try and end this game as quick as we can. So we could see... Oh, he goes for Crescent Strike now. Okay, so we did have it. So that was probably coming out pretty much no matter what at some point. Riposte gets down in mana. That's probably one of our better options. We just have to hope, you know, he didn't find anything too big. It's just the Fangs. That's fine. You know, this is the kind of time where you want something like Standalone, I guess. But we'll deal with the hand we've been given. We were in real danger, of course, of not finding Fiora. But I think I like our chances. He can't really attack. Even with the messenger. Let's see if he does attack.
Hey, Solari! Got a bit of moon rock for ya.
Interesting. Will he attack? I kind of feel like he can't. Eclipse Dragon as well. So this is what got discounted. That's interesting. Can I kill that? Do I go in for killing this? With like riposte? No, he doesn't attack even. Okay. Single combat could be nice. Let's go for this. I think we'll just use the Brittle Steel. Get our second kill on the books. It means that riposte will now help us deal with that.
I have no eastward.
And the thing is, he has to attack at some point, unless he's found an obliterate. As soon as he drops something that can get the comet, that's when I'll panic. That's when I'll be like, okay, let's maybe deal with this. So I think we can probably use something like Strafing Strike to potentially try and pick one of these off. We still have plenty of mana to keep us alive here, so I'm not too worried about that. So I feel pretty decent about going in for that. Getting us down to 1 kill now. So we're 1 away. And the only thing that we're really worried about here is, do I go for it now? I mean, I can sing. I mean, do I just go for this now? I think I do, right? So if I just elixir you and go for this. I've got Troll Chant. I've got Elixir of Iron. I've got Fury of the North even, if I need extra attack. And we get there. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Oh no, this is the first time in a while I've actually got a win and got to see this. Choo! Oh no. So again, Twisted Fate PNZ. No fizz this time, which is interesting. You know the drill. No Fiora, me no likey. Still no Fiora. So maybe this time we get punished, right? Maybe this is the game where, you know, we'll lose the game because we just didn't find Fiora. And with this kind of aggressive open, I think if you're playing against this deck, honestly, I would say just go for it. You know, if they have the combo and it works out, then they have the combo and it works out. But probably in about, I mean, yeah, this is probably the best way to go. Patrol Warden's an interesting inclusion. I guess it's kind of more of a draw deck. Oh, maybe it's an Insightful Investigator deck. That makes sense. I mean, because this is going to happen every so often. And so we probably have to just do this. But I think this is a good showcase. I think I probably should show this game because this will happen. There's a reason that, you know, Fiora isn't, you know, super tier 1. But your opponent here, I think they're playing it right. Don't forego your game plan because maybe, I mean, even going aggressive with Suit Up to get the damage is probably somewhat correct as well. I think that's actually a correct play, even though, I mean, yeah, I can't win now. So I am going to give them the satisfaction of the win because, you know, I'm a degenerate playing Fiora and they deserve it. And, you know, this is what you should be doing, I think, is going in heavy. We did fine on Treat, so maybe if they develop, we can have something. But no, we deserve to lose. Good game, my friend. This is why I don't like this deck, because it leads to a lot of non-games.